Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to promos, discounts, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. So we live in a fast-paced environment, and it can be quite stressful. And, you know, we have kids with their schedules and work-life balance, aging parents, and so much more. Self-care is more important than ever before. Joining me in the studio today is Jen Principato, and she is the founder of St. Lucie Massage and Yoga, located on Midway Road in Fort Pierce. And she's here to share how she helps her clients de-stress and find balance in their life and just reconnect. So welcome to the show, Jen.
Thanks, Ellen. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here, especially after your grand opening that I attended over the weekend.
Yeah.
So now we get to talk all about all the wonderful things that you do. And before we get into that, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your background, what got you into this industry, and why you wanted to open up your own spa facility.
Okay, cool. So I've been in this field in wellness for over 20 years. My career has taken lots of twists and turns. So to kind of just really get straight to the point, it's because it's helped me in my recovery process, you know, and my trying to restore balance in my life and kind of change and, you know, develop new behaviors in my life, new routines, that kind of thing. So,
yeah. Well, that's wonderful. So now I remember you saying that you wanted to help people get to like the root cause of the stress, anxiety, and worry. And you offer a lot, okay, at your place. But you know what? When we ignore anxiety or even physical pain and we just put it off, it will manifest itself in other ways. So what are some of the reasons, before we talk about the services, what are some of the reasons, ailments, issues that people come to you with?
I would say, I mean, there are several. You know, we help people basically find relief from physical and emotional pain, but that is multifaceted, right? So I would say that the biggest reason, in a nutshell, why people come to see us is to help bring balance, to help bring relaxation, to deal with stress in their lives. Anxiety is a huge, a huge issue in our society with all of the just technology and everything coming at us so fast all the time.
Yeah.
It can create a lot of stress and anxiety in our lives. So that's another one. And chronic pain, physical pain, you know, a lot of, especially low back pain, a lot of us sit at desks all day, that kind of stuff. Headaches is another one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you know what, the reason I asked that question is based on looking at your website, which has a lot of great information on it. And then being at the grand opening and listening to other people, I wanted the people that are watching and listening to this show, whether it's now or a year from now or 5 years from now, to say, oh my gosh, that's me, and recognize, different things, because, sometimes people are pulled in different directions. They've got children, they've got aging parents, maybe their job is stressful. And for some, anxiety can be, it can rise and fall within us,
Definitely.
right? So sometimes people will feel a little bit uptight and then they're back to being happy. And then there are people that just don't want to leave their house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
depression.
Yeah. And then of course pain, you know. And then there are the types, I can't stand it, you know, they're 25 and they have like a best figure and they're super flexible and healthy. Right? So yeah, there are those people that have it all and they want to stay healthy. And then there are people like me that sit around too much, and then we get up and walk like a duck for a few minutes, and then and then that yoga really helps. Mm-hmm. So okay, so now before we talk about the massage and the yoga, because most people think that they understand, but
right.
we're gonna go into detail on that. But you have a sensory lounge.
Yes.
And I say
you
it like,
it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't want to leave it. Okay. And watching other people test that bed. Okay. But then you had the other thing with the silk. I forgot what it's called. That's
a yoga swing.
A yoga swing.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So describe the sensory lounge.
Sure.
The headphones, why that music is so important. Just give us all of what's in there.
Okay.
Because I know people are going to be running to you after they hear this. So.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, a lot of people don't understand, and then they see it, then they experience it, and they're completely like, I want one of these in my house.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I would say the main feature of the sensory room is the vibroacoustic table. Mm-hmm. And so a vibroacoustic table is it's like a really comfy, cozy bed to lay on.
Yeah,
like
it's not even a
table kind of
table.
thing.
It's curved to your body.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's like memory foam-ish kind of stuff.
Cindy, I'm
that you lay on, right?
You're gonna go and you're gonna like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really comfortable to begin with. So there's that. But then on top of that, you basically lay on it, you put headphones on, and we choose different frequencies. Some people have heard the term binaural beats. Mm-hmm. So different frequencies and sounds and things like that help to impact different parts of the nervous system. So we could use these frequencies, tones, sounds, whatever, music. I mean, it's all of that combined, right?
Yeah.
Vibration, to address, say, low back pain. Or we could use a different frequency and group of vibrations, sounds, to help headaches or sleep issues. Anxiety is a huge one, and that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people like to use it, because it's just so relaxing. But basically, you lay on this table, you put the headphones on. We've already done an intake with you, so we know kind of what you're trying to address. Mm-hmm. And then we choose that frequency, or that, you know, we have an app that has hundreds and hundreds of different choices on it that we kind of, you know, go through and pick. And then you lay there with the headphones on and you hear and feel the music in your body.
Oh, yeah.
So the vibrations and the music actually go through your body.
It does.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
And so I don't know what, it was 11 minutes just to test it. I don't know what the frequency was that was chosen for me. All I know was that I didn't want to get up. Yeah. I was so happy. I was so relaxed. It felt like the sound just enveloped me, and it felt like the bed was almost like hugging my back. It just was.
It's really relaxing.
Yeah.
A lot of people fall asleep on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kept my eyes open because there were these beautiful, you had like this laser light thing that was going up against the wall, and I was just laying there with these headphones on. I couldn't hear anything outside of it. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I was cocooned. Okay, so the yoga swing is in there as well. I did not try that.
Yeah.
But that's also something else that people...
Yeah, so it's a sensory room because we try to kind of focus on the five senses, right? Mm-hmm. So the feeling, right? The vibroacoustics and the sound. Mm-hmm. We have aromatherapy diffusing in there, if you so choose. Some people are sensitive to it, so we won't always have it. Mm-hmm. Depends on the person who's using the room at the time. We also have that yoga swing that you're talking about. And in this context, I only use it for inversions, like helping people to hang upside down to put length in their spine, and for cocooning. So I've, you know, had people lay in there. It actually opens up way wider than it looks. and you can fit your whole entire body in there and like cocoon in there.
Oh, wow.
So I'll do guided meditations while they're in there, that kind of thing. Kids love the swing.
I know.
And they want to swing on it and they can't, but they love to even just hang out in it.
Well, that one young boy was in there. His mom, you were talking, and then I said to the kid, I said, "Oh, your mom can get that on Amazon for Christmas."
Yeah.
His face lit up. That mother is probably so mad I said that. It's probably like a $1,000 item or whatever, and she wants to like smack me. But he was so
the really
happy.
funny thing is, and I promise, I swear this is true, and it sounds like completely made up, but it is 100% true. And the woman you're referring to, it was her son.
Yeah. Okay.
And not that day, but this other thing I'm going to tell you about, right?
Okay.
So he was in there one day and she was like, "Honey, we really have to go. We have to get going." He's like, "Mom, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave." And she's like, "Honey, we have to go." He's like, "What are we doing this weekend? Can we come back?" And she said, "Honey, we're going to Disney this weekend." And he was like, "Oh."
Wow.
I was like, "Can I get that on video?" That's a great testimonial.
That is a good testimonial.
Yeah.
So before we cut to commercial break, this show goes by fast. For the people that are listening on iHeartRadio and the podcasts, how do they find you? Give your URL and your address.
Sure. So I'm located at 778 West Midway Road, Fort Pierce. It's directly across the street from Nelson Family Farms. And my website is www.stluciemassageandyoga.com. And the Saint is abbreviated to ST.
ST, massage and yoga. A&D is spelled out, yoga.com. Okay, very good. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back because Jen Principato of St. Lucie Massage and Yoga has a lot more to discuss. Stay tuned.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
Waves Auto Spa, known as Vero's fastest and finest. A car wash known for their quality equipment and attention to detail by a friendly and courteous staff. Waves offers soft cloth technology, and a top-notch detail center will help preserve the value of your car. Waves now offers windshield chip repair, and in most cases, it doesn't cost you a dime. Spend less time and get a better quality experience for you and your car at Waves Auto Spa, US 1 Vero Beach, across from Kmart Plaza. Open 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I've been speaking with Jen Principato of St. Lucie Massage and Yoga. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly.
Perfectly.
Oh, good. Okay. So now we were talking about the sensory lounge and some of those other services, but it has massage and yoga in your name.
It does.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the different types of massage and yoga classes that you offer.
Sure. So I actually specialize in neuromuscular therapy, which really helps kind of hone in on the pain and undoing holding patterns in the body and the nervous system. Some people have heard trigger point work before, but that's what I specialize in. However, over 20 plus years of being in the field and all the continuing education, I have a lot of other modalities and tools in my toolbox. So, I just kind of meet with each person and customize their treatment when they're there and after we've done an intake. So I do a lot of stretching, passive stretching, Thai yoga kind of stuff, therapeutic massage, deep tissue kind of stuff, hot stones, cupping, as far as the massage or the hands-on stuff goes.
Okay.
As far as yoga, we have group classes, we have private sessions, we have workshops, we have a Be Serene class on Thursday evenings.
Okay.
That's, let me take a step back.
Yeah.
So yoga, the way it's been mainstreamed in this country, the first thing that comes to mind for most people is a mat on the floor doing like downward dog, sun salutations, that kind of thing. And while that is yoga for sure, there are many other pieces to yoga. That's only one of them. So yoga it's a very multifaceted practice, but there are 8 limbs, as they call them, to yoga. And only one of them is that physical practice that comes to mind when we think of yoga.
Okay.
So I also teach a lot of the other pieces, which all have to do with breathing, calming the nervous system, getting ready for meditation, those types of things. So these are the tools that help us to calm, rebalance, recenter.
Yeah.
Deal with stress.
And so during the grand opening, there was an example or a small class that Jennifer did with the Tai Chi and Qigong.
Jessica. Yes.
I knew it started with the J.
Jessica.
Sorry, Jessica. I'm actually going to go to her class on the 14th of June.
Yeah.
I already signed up for that, and I want to do the chair yoga. And again, that you had mentioned during chair yoga that you said, I'm not using Sanskrit terms. Okay, so you were actually describing in, I guess, English words.
Yeah, I've decided not to use Sanskrit, although I have a very good understanding and background. That's what I was trained in, because we're English speaking for the most part. I mean, other languages, that's the language I speak, so that's what I teach in.
Okay.
Also, I don't bring any religion or anything into the equation.
Right.
And I educate as we go of how this is helping the nervous system and why we're doing this and how you can use this at home to help yourself to manage stress, anxiety, that kind of stuff.
So this is about proper breathing, posture, stretching. So that's what if that's what they're looking for is improving their flexibility and their balance while exercising. That's really what your focus is on, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then also the stress management side of it and some of the other classes.
Yeah. So the chair yoga, now some people will think, well, that's got to be easy. It can be, but not always.
Yeah, there's different levels for sure. And I kind of just gear it toward who's in the class and modify as we go.
Yeah, and some people feel like, well, my knee replacement, I need to be a little careful still or whatever it is. So they don't necessarily want to get on the floor.
Right.
But you have that type of yoga as well as the chair.
Yeah, I have gentle flow classes, beginner classes. I don't at this moment have any intermediate or advanced classes on the schedule. That would be more of a private session type thing at this point. But yeah, definitely beginner for sure.
Okay, very good. And I don't want to forget for the second half for you to give your web address, where you're located and all of that, because I know people like in the beginning part, the sensory lounge, you're going to have a ton of people calling you about that. But now people are going to hear about the yoga like, wow, I don't necessarily have to get on the floor if I don't want to.
Not at all.
But you do. I had a good workout and it was relaxing. You did this guided meditation at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, so it was a lot of fun. So where are you located and your website?
I'm located at 778 West Midway Road in Fort Pierce, across from Nelson Family Farms. And my web address is www.stluciemassageandyoga.com. The Saint is abbreviated and is spelled out.
Okay, so Lucie, Lucie, massage, andyoga.com. Okay, very good. So now another thing is that, we spoke about dealing with stress, but for some people, their stress has even manifested into a drug and alcohol situation, and they've gone through rehabilitation and they're in recovery. And that's an area that you specialize in as well.
I do. Yeah. I'm a trauma survivor myself, and I've struggled with addiction throughout my life as well. And I've worked in recovery centers for several years prior to opening St. Lucie Massage and Yoga. So over time, I've just compiled a lot of experience and tools. Okay. So I think basically what it comes down to is, a lot of us who have experienced trauma, and everyone, I mean, this is a spectrum. So everyone in life has experienced something traumatizing or stress, but these things, they manifest in our nervous systems and they create different behavioral patterns. They trigger our nervous system into fight or flight. They become difficult to manage unless we have help and tools to be able to manage them. So some of us have used drugs and alcohol, substances to try to manage that stress. Other people have other addictions or other behaviors. So everything that I teach is basically, in a nutshell, a way to create new neuronal pathways in the nervous system, new behaviors, that type of thing. So that's the easiest way I can explain it.
Well, that's wonderful. So I think people will really appreciate that when they're looking for something to do to improve their health.
Absolutely.
But if they're starting to feel like life is overwhelming, then you can help them, through the yoga. So I think that's wonderful. And then you also have, and it says prenatal classes, okay? But you have to describe that, because some people might think, oh, it's Lamaze, great. So, right. But it's not. So what is it that women who are expecting, what can they expect from you in your classes?
Sure. So,
like that pun, Cindy. Sorry,
yes.
Love my
what can
puns.
they expect? What they're expecting. I was a birth doula for many years. I've been at over 50 home births, many hospital birth centers, all that. I taught classes for years as a massage doula, all of that. So I think basically what the classes that I teach are called Be Parents, and that's an acronym that stands for the different coping techniques that I teach to help in everyday life, but also to get through labor. And they consist of breathing, movement, meditation, hypnotherapy, just all the whole gamut of what I offer there.
Wow. She gave us the 2-minute warning, Cindy. That's just so unfair. So now on the website, again, you have lots of great information. And then you also have under services and classes, they could just sign up. They can create a login for themselves, right? And then they can sign up for the classes and even prepay all through your website.
Absolutely. We have online booking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that. And then it puts it right in my calendar.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going to be on June 14th.
Notifications. Yep. Text and email, I believe.
Okay. Very good. So with your last 30 seconds, anything that you want to touch on before we end the show?
I think just that there's a little bit of something for everyone there, and as I mentioned before, the way that stress manifests in our body is a spectrum. So, anything from just wanting to relax and unwind to wanting to, repattern behavior patterns in the nervous system.
Okay. So now we know where to go. So Jen, thank you so much for being on this show.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're going to have a lot of people that want to experience everything that you have to offer. And so for those that are watching and listening, my name is Ellen Contreras. I'm the host of Treasure Coast Connector. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, productive, stress-free week. And until next week, I miss you already.